Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Nahw Lesson 6. So we are continuing with our discussion of last week. We are discussing Al-Jumla, the sentence in Arabic. And we have learned thus far that there are two types of sentences. Al-Jumlatul Ismiya, the nominal sentence, and Al-Jumlatul Fi'aliyya, the verbal sentence. So the nominal sentence is a sentence that begins with a noun, and the verbal sentence is a sentence that begins with a verb. So we have discussed Al-Jumlatul Ismiya in the previous lesson. Let's just go over some of the points that we have discussed at that time. So the nominal sentence is a sentence that begins with a noun, and the nominal sentence consists of two parts. The first part, which is going to be a noun, has the role of a mubtada or subject. The second part has the role of khabar or predicate. And the second part can either be a noun or it could be another sentence within that first sentence. Then the third point is that the mubtada and khabar will always be in the state of raf. So al-jumlatul fi'aliyya, the verbal sentence in Arabic, is a sentence that begins with a verb. And let's have a look at some examples. يرجع الملك خلق الإنسان خلق الله الأرض. All of those are verbal sentences. And if you look at the notes, the first note says that the verbal sentence consists of two parts. The first part is a verb and the second part is a noun. So let's look at the first example. يرجع الملك. So يرجع is a verb, and because it's a verb, it's a verbal sentence that is going to be starting over there. And al-maliku is a noun. That is going to be the second part of this verbal sentence. The noun will take the role of fa'il or doer, or you can call it subject, and together they make up the verbal sentence. Now when translating the verbal sentence, we'll always translate the subject first, or the doer. So al-maliku, the subject, the fa'il here, means the king. Yarji'u, the verb, means is returning. So the meaning of the verbal sentence is the king is returning. So we'll always translate the subject first. Let's look at the second example. خُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ. So خُلِقَ is a fi'il, and this fi'il is majhul. So because this sentence is beginning with a verb, this is a jumla fi'aliyya, it is a verbal sentence. And the second part of this verbal sentence is the word al-insanu, that is a noun. And if we look at the notes, it says if the verb has the attribute of being majhul, passive, then the noun will have the role of na'ib fa'il, substitute doer instead. So if we have an active verb, as in the first example, then the noun will take the role of fa'il. But if we have a passive verb, then the noun acting as the subject for that verb will take the role of na'ib fa'il or substitute doer. So na'ib fa'il, and then that wraps up our verbal sentence. So like we said, the subject will always be translated first. So al-insanu means the man, and khuliqa means was created. So the meaning is the man was created. Okay. Then the next example, khalaqa, fi'al, and this verb has the attribute of being muta'addi, and the word Allah is the noun following it. So if the verb is muta'addi, then the noun following it will take the role of fa'il, but also there will be a third part in that sentence. So what that means is that this verb, its meaning demands that there should be an object that it affects. So if the verb is muta'addi, there will be a third part in the sentence, and that part will be a noun. It could also be a sentence, but normally it's a noun. And that noun will take the role of maf'ul bihi, or the direct object. So that would then complete our verbal sentence. So we have three scenarios over here. If the verb is active and it does not demand that there should be a direct object, then that verbal sentence will only have two parts, the verb and its subject. Then we have another scenario where if the verb is majhul, where it is passive, in that case we will have also another part to that sentence, and that part will be a noun which will take the role of na'ib fa'il or substitute doer, and then that would wrap up that sentence. Then we have another scenario where the verb is active, but it demands that there should be a direct object to affect its meaning upon. So in that case, we will have three parts in that sentence. It's going to be the verb, the noun that comes after it, which will take the role of doer, and another noun or sentence that will take the role of direct object, and that would then complete that verbal sentence. So just to translate the last case, خلق الله الأرض, so the word Allah is the subject, so we'll translate the word Allah first. So we'll say Allah خلق, He created, الأرض, the earth. Just the final 2 points, that the fa'il or naib fa'il will always be in the state of raf. And the last point is that the maf'ul bihi, the direct object, will always be in the state of nasb, and what that means is that it will usually end with a fatha or 2 fathas if it's indefinite. So here are some exercises we can do to put into practice what we have just learned. So I've copied over the verses into our i'rab tool, and we're going to analyze each one of them individually. So the first one, yasfiku dima. Yasfiku is going to be a verb, fi'al mudari, and that is going to be a verbal sentence beginning over there, jumla fi'aliya. So the next word over here is a noun. Yasfiku, the meaning of yasfiku means to spill. So this verb is muta'addi. Muta'addi means it demands a direct object. So this verbal sentence actually requires 3 parts, and we only have 2 words over here. It makes sense because the word ad-dima is in the state of nasb, doesn't have a dhamma on that hamza over there, so it's in the state of nasb. So the word ad-dima is not going to be the fa'il, it's going to be the maf'ul bihi, the direct object. So that we find under the mansubat. That's going to be the verbal sentence, but we still haven't found the doer for this verb. So since there is no noun in the state of raf to the left of the verb, and this verb is singular third person, we're going to find a doer inside of it. So we'll say damir mustatir. We'll say that there is a hidden pronoun, damir mustatir. That hidden pronoun is huwa, he. So he, one male, so let's put that over there. And that noun will then take the role of fa'il. So that then will wrap up our verbal sentence. So the meaning of that, yasfiku dima, he, one male, is spilling the blood. So the next one, ruziqu. So ruziqu, that is going to be a fi'al, madi, it's a past tense verb. If we look closely, we'll see that ruziqu is a passive verb. So we'll say fi'al madi, and it will say it is passive. We'll say majhul, fi'al madi, majhul. And that is going to be verbal sentence, jumla fi'aliya. And this waw over here, that waw is a attached pronoun, so damir muttasil, and that is going to take the role of naib fa'il, substitute doer, and that will then wrap up that sentence. So ruziqu, they, many males, they are being provided for. The next one, wanufikha fi suri. So let's keep wa for now. Let's look at nufikha. So nufikha is going to be a fi'al, and it's fi'al madi. It is also majhul, and this is going to be a verbal sentence, jumla fi'aliya. And the word fi, that is a harf, so it's harful jar. The word asur is a noun. So these two are connected together, and they have no relationship to our sentence. They are separate to our sentence. So our sentence is this verb, but we need to find the second part of this verbal sentence, and we will find inside of this verb over here. So we'll say damir mustatir, and it will have the role of, because this verb is majhul, it will have the role of naib fa'il, and that would wrap up the verbal sentence. So nafakha means to blow, so nufikha passive, it was blown. So nufikha, it was blown fi suri, in the trumpet. Next one, ja'alakum. So ja'ala, that is fi'al madi, and it is not passive, so it's active, so we'll just say fi'al madi. And this is going to be fi'al, so this is going to be a jumla fi'aliya, and this kum is an attached pronoun, damir muttasil, and it will take the role of maf'ul bihi, because ja'ala means to make, so that means this verb is muta'addi. Let's put that over there. meaning it demands that there should be a third part to the sentence. Ja'ala means to make. So because we have since we have the maf'ul bihi, we still need to find the fa'il. So we'll say inside of that verb ja'ala, because singular third person, there's nothing to the left, so we'll find the doer within or on the verb. So we'll say that damir mustatir, huwa, that is going to take the role of fa'il, and that will then wrap up our sentence. So we can translate it now. Ja'ala means to make. So he, one male, made kum, you, many males. He made you. So that is the meaning of that. The next one, al-banatu saghiratun. The word al-banatu is a noun because it starts with alif lam. The word as-saghiratun is also a noun. So since this is a noun, this is going to be a nominal sentence. But before we go there, the nominal sentence starts off with a noun that has the role of mubtada. We can say nominal sentence. And the word saghiratun then has to be the khabar. And together, the mubtada and khabar makes the jumla ismiya. So al-banatu means girls, saghiratun means small. So al-banatu, the girls, are saghiratun, small. And that is the nominal sentence. Next one, أخذتكم الصاعقة. So أخذت is going to be a verb. So it's fi'al madhi, it's past tense, fits our past tense pattern. And that verb is going to be muta'addi, meaning it demands its meaning demands a direct object because it means to take. So you need to take something. So there's going to be a verbal sentence, jumla fi'aliya. We have this noun over here and we have another noun here. So this noun, let's just state what it is. So that's going to damir muttasil, attached pronoun. So this noun, the type of noun it is a ism fa'il, and this noun will take the role of being the fa'il because an attached pronoun attached to a verb will always take the role of a direct object. So let's say mansuba, so let's say maf'ul bihi. So this is going to be maf'ul bihi, direct object, right? So that wraps up our verbal sentence, and now we can translate it. So the meaning is أخذتكم الصاعقة, the lightning overtook you, many males. So these examples should give a good illustration of all the theory that we have discussed in verbal sentences for now. So for homework, please revise today's lesson and then complete the exercises on the Google Classroom stream or on page 19 of the workbook. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.